Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is King Monye, right here checking in for those of you who's new to the page. I just got out of prison May 17th, 2022, and today is day number, I believe, day number 35. Um, I just tell my stories, things that I experienced while I was in prison, with the intentions that maybe it can deter someone from going down that path, making the wrong choice and going to prison, and to share some insight on what really goes on in there, the dynamics uh, of the prison population, the inmates, um, the COs, and recognizing the hardship and the strain that it puts on the families. So, one of the things is visiting. Visits are on Friday and Saturday and Sunday usually, right? And so in prison, um, that's when all the drugs come in. The drugs usually come in through the prison, through a visitor, right? And so one of the things I learned to recognize from being in prison is that whenever it's drugs on the yard, you're going to notice the violence is going to pick up. The violence is going to pick up because you got people that's going to be high, like tripping out. What I mean by that is they've been high for days, um, off of meth. Uh, you got people who are going to be fiending for more drugs. They don't have enough money to pay for it, but they want some, so they will maybe become hostile to those who maybe they usually smoke with. Like, ah, what's up, man? Let me hit something, and maybe that dude don't want to let him hit something, but maybe they smoke with them every time they had theirs. Little things like that. Smoke one with me, they don't want to smoke one with them, so now that's some little animosity, right? Um, so you start having all these little petty problems that they may seem petty, but when you're in there, uh, everything becomes bigger. So uh, somebody trying to get high, it becomes a big thing, especially when they feel like they're entitled to it. They already looked out for you, and so the violence is going to pick up. That's one of the indications you're going to know on a prison yard. Also, because people owe debts. People owe debts, um, and when you owe debts, it's time to pay up. That's when it really, really gets violent because it's all about ultimately, it's all about money in there. You got people that's how they making their money, they providing for their family from the inside the prison walls. And so one of the things I noticed is like I say, visits are on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Monday morning, every Monday morning in prison on the prison yard, it's rolling. What happens is early morning, the doors are open up, and they'll say yard open. They release every building to the yard, or whatever whoever building it is for that day. And the guards will say something like, yard is open, good luck. Good luck. And every time he yelled that good luck on the microphone, it gave me an eerie feeling because it was true. You're going out there on that yard, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down with somebody. Somebody about to get beat up, somebody about to get stabbed because somebody today is their deadline to pay. See, Mondays is also the start of a new week, which is the start of canteen, right? So people come out to their yard, but it's also the start of business. Everybody's booming. Whoever's on deck with the sack. So it's a lot of competition going on, and you see the hustle and bustle, the movers, people who moving and shaking, making their money, right? They make moving and shaking and making their money, but you also see um, these certain individuals who don't got no money, but they got real hustle, right? They like swindlers. They like to get in and out of as many circles as they can, try to find them a way to get a hit. And every Monday, man, you can guarantee that a few things is gonna happen. somebody's gonna get removed off the yard. So any type of business you need to do in the yard, like say you need to get to canteen or you need to get to the library, the law library, something like that, you want to try to hurry up and get there because you don't want to get stuck on that yard in the midst of trying to get there when an event happens and they put yard down and then you be stuck on that yard on the ground. So another thing, Monday mornings, that's a lot of the times I've noticed you will see the goon squad, like a special task force that is their job to come raid the buildings for drugs. See, because every Monday morning they know who done got the drugs. Sometimes they know, and sometimes it's somebody who owed money to the drug dealer. He owed money to him and he couldn't pay him. So what he do? He drop a dime on him. He drop a dime on him, and the police run up in his spot early morning. They run up in there, they cuff him, take them out, search the cell and stuff, and if they find something, they gonna take them to AdSeg. So it's these type of things that you notice, right? But what I mean by the violence pick up is the violence picks up because everything, people become influenced by drugs. People become violent. Anybody who's dibbling and dabbling, they become more willing, easily influenced. Whether it's to go beat somebody up that owes the drug man some money, they maybe go put in some work and beat him up, get rid of him, or stab him or whatever, so that the drug man maybe will look out for them. So it's real easy. It becomes a grimy game, man. I always avoided drugs in prison. One of the ways I survived was I avoided drugs, even though the money looked tempting. I also knew you would have to interact and deal with these type of people, and ultimately, you'll put yourself in a situation where you would have to be forced to collect your money. And even if you don't do it, you can have your homeboys do it or something like that. But ultimately, you put yourself at risk. You put yourself in somebody else's hands because whenever they decide they don't want to pay you, that's when they'll tell on you. They'll drop an anonymous tip, anonymous kite. The other thing is competition. There's so many people working on the yard, you'll get the impression that it's just an open market. Like it's just anybody can come here, go to visit and get a sack and come out here, bubble up, get some money, make a few thousand and send some to their family. But it ain't really like that. Really, it's real organized. Really, you got certain people got the shit sold up. Sold up meaning that they cooperate with the police. The police are aware that they get the drugs. The police are aware that how much money they're making, and the police certain police actually turn a blind eye to it for a certain cut. And so it happens on a bigger scale, man. It's things that I'm not involved with, things that I personally know about, just by maybe word of mouth or something like that. But it's not really my area, man. I avoided all that stuff, tried to stay out of trouble, man. To get back home to my family. And one of the things that I continue to think about is like whatever day of the week it is out here, I still think about what they're doing in there. So like today is Friday. Right now I'm recording this video. It's Friday morning. And Friday morning in prison, people are getting ready for their visit. Some people may be getting ready for canteen, and so the energy level is high, because it's anticipation to see their family, it's anticipation to see their kids, but most of all, it's anticipation because people are waiting on them drugs. They're waiting because they know they're about to get the drop off, and they're waiting because they're about to get high, and stuff like that. But this is just little things that I feel I'll share with the world, and maybe this can help you in some sort of way. I appreciate all the support. You can leave me any comments. You can leave me any suggestions on how you feel I can get better and improve. Like I say, I've been out for 35 days. I'm I'm getting some good feedback. Um, and I'm gonna keep on doing these, telling these stories, things that may be insignificant to me, but they may really shed a little bit more light on what goes on behind those prison walls. Tune in next time. This is King Manye. Hit subscribe, become part of the Manye tribe. Y'all have a blessed day.